You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. We welcome you back to what is now the 7 Mile Casino Studios. For those of you that have been following the drama, you know about what's going on in our original studio and how we built it in 2019, and a flood in the studio and the house that it was in created all kinds of problems, and we deconstructed it just yesterday. So what do we have there, Alex? What do we have, like 2 years or so?
Yeah, we were trying to we were trying to figure out exactly when it was, but I think we came up with September 2019. We did our first shows from there.
And then this is December 2021.
Correct.
Gosh, I was just talking to some people yesterday because I went down to some Holiday Bowl events down in downtown San Diego last night, and I was talking to these friends of mine, and we were like, "Hey, you remember 2 years ago when we all met each other and we were in Mammoth for New Year's?" And this was the first time I was meeting these couple, and we were like, "Yeah, remember how we were like, yeah, here's the 2020, woo, we're gonna have a great year, woo, 2020, let's go, woo." And little did we know, in March of 2020, it'd be like, "Okay, don't shake my hand. Don't even barely fist bump me. Wear a mask, go home, work from home, and I'll see you in a couple of years." And I don't know about everybody else, but hey, I haven't seen you in 2 years. That's real. Like, have you had that with anybody? Like, dude, I have not seen you through COVID. Have you had that?
That's a great question.
Yes.
No, I have not. I don't have I don't kick it with a lot of people, so I'm not that kind of person to be that guy. So no. All the people who I hang with are triple vaccinated.
I think you saw the picture. I was at Toppers with my boys on when I was in Oxnard. I would say at least 2 of those guys I had not seen since COVID started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that experience just the other day with a couple of friends, and I'm like, "Oh my God, dude, I haven't seen you in 2 years." Like, I follow stuff on social media. I know we're on a group chat, but I haven't seen you, dude, in 2 years. And so I'm going to start off by mentioning that because I got to get to something that I got to ask you guys about. Now, for those of you that are listening on radio who are with us from the beginning of the show, you know that today we're going to try and talk very little sports today. And yet I'm going to squeeze in a whole bunch of sports at the same time. Tons of NFL news, lots of NBA stuff, lots of college bowl things. I mean, there's a lot we're going to get to, but I'm going to take a lot of stuff and squeeze it into a small time frame, I think. I'm going to try anyway. You guys think we're capable of that?
Probably not.
No.
By the way, September 30th, 2019, our first show from the studio.
Okay, September 30th, 2019. And last show technically from there, December 27th. Yeah.
December 27th, yes.
Yeah. All right. So today's show from the 7 Mile Casino Studio is going to try and do something today that we don't normally do. I mention it only because anybody who's a radio listener is like, this is when all the people in radio take time off. The ratings don't matter. We're on today. We're taking the next couple of days off. And then we're coming back strong for 2020 and then 2022. And then early in January 10th, we have the big announcement from 1090 is happening that day. Have you guys
I forgot about that?
Yeah. You guys hip to what's going on?
Yeah, because Bill Hagan was just talking my ear off during our post party at Linda's place, so I know everything that's going on. I'm excited.
Yeah. Browner, anybody telling you anything, or are you in the dark?
Oh no! I know what's popping. I just I keep a low profile.
I know you do, player. I know you do.
He's been writing in his diary though.
Oh really?
His diary knows all about it.
A lot of new entries, dog.
Did you get a new diary for Christmas?
No, I got a nice moleskin book collection though that I purchased myself.
Moleskin book collection.
Yeah, so these writing books. These are called moleskin books, and they are basically really good paper, and they work very well with all types of pens. So it helps the writing process for me.
Nice.
Also, I can't write on the page with lines. Apparently that was my problem in school.
We should get you some calligraphy lessons. We should get him some calligraphy lessons.
Yeah, dude. You dip the pen in there, and you write with really nice penmanship, not handwriting.
Paper.
Hells to the yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, that sounds like some white people stuff.
Nah, man.
You're the one with the moleskin book collection.
Calligraphy.
Yeah, that sounds white. Yeah, that moleskin sounds white as hell.
Well, listen, man, they ain't no black skin. I'd have bought that.
All right, let me I got to talk to you guys about something, and I want to get a lot of feedback, please, if I may.
For me and
All right.
Browner?
Yes,
Yes.
cut the beard. We talked about this before.
Okay, I'm cutting the beard. Oh, the beard. You ready? You guys, you
That's
must have
messed
just,
up, man.
dude. No,
What?
no, it's cool. It's
That's
cool.
so.
It's
He didn't even
no,
ask you.
no. What's more messed up?
That's
You
not
ready?
what he wants to talk about?
Nope.
Rachel, for Christmas, she gives me this gift. She goes, "This is a hint gift." I said, "Okay." I
Oh.
open it up. Razor,
Aftershave?
shaving cream,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
like lotion. She's like, "Dude, please, enough.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Got
It's
to
going.
It's still there.
It's going. It's coming. No, I'm getting rid of it for the new year, though. I promise you that. Promise.
Are you gonna take it with you to Atlanta, or are you gonna get rid of it when you come back from Atlanta?
Let's talk about that right
He's
now.
not going. He's not going.
Let's
Talk
talk
about
about it
what?
right now. Let's talk
I can
about
see it in
Atlanta.
his face.
What is there to talk
oh my
about?
God.
Wait, what is there to talk about? Aren't you flying tonight?
He's not flying anywhere. I can already tell you what's happening. I can already listen. I've known this man long enough to know what is happening right now. He's
Okay,
not
what-
going.
Should
What's
we set
happening?
up the story for
He's
those
not
that
going.
don't know?
Yeah, go ahead.
You
I knew
are
I should have went to
going-
Vegas on this.
You're going to the Peach Bowl to
What?
watch Pitt play. I don't even know who they're playing.
Doesn't matter now.
Who are they playing?
Michigan
Anyways,
State.
Michigan State. Kenny Pickett's not playing. And the reason you're going is there's like a giant Pitt football alum got a suite, and all your boys that you haven't seen are going to be there. And you needed a little push to buy the tickets and go because we're like, dude, this sounds like a once in a lifetime thing. Your alma mater is in the Peach Bowl. Like everyone's getting together. You got to go. But this was like when Omicron was only in South Africa, I think that we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then in like 2 days, it was worldwide. And so now you're bailing
Yes.
because of Omicron?
So
No.
here,
Did
no,
you just
why?
get boosted?
He's bailing for multiple reasons. He's gonna break them all down for you. Go. Watch. He's bailing for multiple reasons. Go ahead. I can already tell you. I can already tell you.
all right.
I haven't
Look,
talked to him either, by the way.
I'm
No
gonna
one
tell you
has.
this-
I genuinely asked the question, like, you're gonna shave before Atlanta? Because those are gonna be pictures that you have for a lifetime with your
Right.
with your buddies.
Well, you gotta worry about that now.
Okay, let me tell you the story. So here's the thing.
What
okay,
story?
Here's the story. The story is that okay. All right, here's the story, brother. All right, pain in my ass. All right, I have not canceled my flight to Atlanta. I've not canceled my hotel room in Atlanta. I have not given up my ticket to the game in Atlanta.
Before you even say this,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just assumed you were going because did you not tweet at Delta today asking about if you need a negative COVID test to be on a plane?
Yeah, I did.
Right.
I did.
So did something change from this morning to now?
No. So here's
Because I
what's
saw
going on.
Delta replied.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What'd they
Customers
say?
aren't required to provide proof of negative COVID-19 test result.
Oh,
Please
so
see
if you have
more
COVID,
info.
you can fly anywhere you want.
Correct.
So if I've got a positive COVID test and I keep my mouth shut, I just go fly anywhere I want to.
Right. You need
Why do you think it keeps spreading?
you need a COVID negative test to enter a football game outdoors, but you can sit next to a complete stranger for 6 hours, fly cross country, no problem.
Okay. So here's my issue. So let me tell you. I haven't canceled flight, haven't canceled hotel, haven't canceled ticket to the game. But I'm having a lot of internal conflict. Okay?
I
The
feel
first-
like you've had internal conflict since you booked this trip.
Yeah, but I bought like tickets that you can return. Like I paid extra for the
The
airline tickets.
insurance.
Yes.
Gray
So
flag number one.
okay, so that's fair, Browner. That's fair. So okay, number one.
I never hit that option. I'm like, whatever.
Me neither.
dude. If it
That's
happens,
why I
it
always
happens.
go.
Right. Well, so here's option one. So I want to go, but I am worried about the spread of Omicron. Now it is true. I have been boosted, and yesterday I went to iThrive MD. Guys, I'm telling you right now, in the new year when they create this, they have a new space that they're building. It's called an IV lounge. It's a bunch of dudes because it takes 30 minutes. In some cases, it could take an hour. And you sit there and it's a bunch of dudes sitting around, getting IVs. I took vitamin C, B12. I'll tell you more about it later. But not only have I been boosted, but I've been vitaminized by iThrive MD. So I'm thinking to myself, if there's somebody who can go travel right now, I'm the guy, as long as I'm responsible. That's one.
Okay.
But then I go down there. What if
What if?
I get it while I'm there? Okay, I guess I can just get on the plane. What if I were to get stuck there because of cancellations? Have you guys seen our man Jason Lawhead? What's going on with him? He's in
I talked to him
Seattle.
yesterday.
Last I
Flights,
checked, it doesn't snow in Atlanta.
flights. Oh, it does. Flights got canceled
It
in
snows in
Seattle.
Atlanta?
18 hours he got to drive from Seattle to San Diego. I was talking to a buddy of mine, my buddy Matt Bloom, who's the head coach at NXT Wrestling in Orlando. I said to him, I said, "Are you going to go?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what happens if you get stuck?" He goes, "I drive from Atlanta to Orlando. No big deal." I'm like, "Yeah, well, driving from Atlanta to San Diego is a big deal." So my concerns are, what if I go and get it and I bring it back and then I give it to my kids or my girlfriend or people that I'm around? And if I'm being really honestly selfish and bougie about the entire thing, Browner, here it comes. You know, I actually booked a trip with my children for the first week of January to go skiing in Mammoth, my favorite thing to do. Well, what if I go to Atlanta, get it, bring it back, get everybody sick, and I'm the one who's responsible for the cancellation of the vacation? Then what? Which do I want to do more? Go to this game and see all my college buddies who I would love and I want to see? Or do I really want to stay safe and go to Mammoth and take my kids away and spend some quality time? Which do I really want to do more? That's the personal inner conflict that I'm living with. So Browner, please, rather than
How
ridicule
many
me,
excuses
help
was that,
me.
Browner?
Help me, please, Browner. Don't ridicule. Help.
We're up to 4.
4.
Help me.
We're up to 4.
By the way, Atlanta will be 72 today, 70 tomorrow, 73 Friday, 73 Saturday,
Okay, so
Also,
good weather.
with chances of scattered thunderstorms. But that's
Okay,
the
good
South,
weather.
man. That's the
Okay,
South.
good weather.
Atlanta is a hub of Delta, so the likelihood of your flight being canceled from Atlanta is very minimal.
And I'm flying out of LA and back to LA. And
Yeah,
I was looking up like cancellations on Delta from Atlanta and like the cancellation rate for Atlanta and LA are really small. They're really, really small.
right. The 2 major hubs. So
Right.
there's
But
no way.
but here's the other thing. Atlanta and LA, these are monster airports with thousands and thousands, if not millions of people moving through them. If ever there's a place to get COVID, isn't an airport like putting yourself in the most of harm's way?
No, dude, you specifically, Scott Kaplan, you would not get COVID going from an airport to an airport. You, Scott Kaplan, would get COVID at Ken's. Okay? At Ken's Sushi. You would get COVID.
Why are you calling out Ken?
Not Ken the person, not Ken's restaurant, not because it's like a COVID hotspot, but you would get it from the 6 people you have at dinner with before you go on your vacation to Mammoth. Like you would get it in a very unassuming way because again, it's odorless, it's tasteless, it's in the air. No one knows who has it, who doesn't have it. So you're more likely to get it doing Solana Beach activities that you do on a daily basis than actually get it on an airplane and flying somewhere where you actually have your defenses up. You won't take your mask off and you won't be talking and touching people.
I think what we asked you when you first were hesitant about this trip was, okay, I understand that you think you can get COVID in the airport or going to the game. So you're just going to stay at home until Mammoth?
No.
You're going to go to Social Tap and take shots with the flock of seagulls? Yes.
You don't know where them birds been.
So what is the difference of doing that in San Diego or Atlanta? You're still going to do it in San Diego.
Okay.
Rachel's still going to take you.
Okay.
You just met
in the rain at a concert
full of strangers who are definitely out and about. You said at Indian casinos every weekend. Who has more COVID?
No mask.
Who has more COVID than those guys that you just partied with yesterday?
All right, hold on. I got more excuses to just layer on top, just
Come
so
on,
we're all clear.
Bring them. Come on.
One kid's already got immunity.
All right, here's some more excuses. You ready? As you all saw yesterday, what's going on at my house?
You're out.
I mean, dude, I'm living in temporary housing. I'm not saying it's uncomfortable.
Perfect time to travel.
I'm just saying that I literally by the end of today, everything will be gone from that house.
Right.
And packed up and put in like pods, and then it'll be either moved back in, hopefully in a timely fashion, which doesn't look that way, or I'll have to go somewhere else at some point. You know what I'm saying? So right now, that's a big weight on my mind. You know, is that this is all happening. So
you said you got to do it today.
Yeah, and then I did book the time off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, and then I would come back for New Year's Eve, and then I would go the next day. I would fly up to Mammoth. So I'm trying to my girl, in fact, Rachel's kind of saying to me, she's like, dude, what the hell, go. And then other friends of mine are saying, dude, you're putting yourself into harm's way. You're definitely going to wind up finding yourself getting it. And then you're going to.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't go, let's say you don't go, boom, cancel, refund, give me my money back. I don't trust you, Delta. Y'all canceling flights. Okay, let's say that doesn't happen. Give me Scott Kaplan's itinerary from today to January the 2nd.
Well,
because those same friends that said, what are you doing? You're going to wind up catching it. They will still hang out with you, and
They're gonna give it to
wind up catching it somewhere else.
So what? Talk to me. What's your itinerary, player? You
Well,
got 3 days off.
I think I got to really get myself organized for where am I going to broadcast from daily?
You got a lot of days off, so you ain't got to worry about that.
No, but but when I come back, where am I going to be? Because not only am I here, but I got another gig, and I got to be able to work there. And so I probably don't think that where I'm doing this today is like my spot, and I need to really figure that out so that I don't come back and go, well, it's Monday, I don't know. I mean, I got to really be cognizant of that. So that's one thing that's weighing on my mind. The other part of it is my kids, because my son, now this is crazy. Hold on. I'm calling a timeout on this conversation. Okay. This conversation is getting a little heavy. I'm calling a timeout. You ready?
Heavy.
You guys don't understand something. This is where this conversation takes a very bizarre turn, Browner, maybe in your favor, because you're in favor of me going.
I'm 100%.
My son has been talking to a college to go to school there. Literally January 7th would be leaving. Okay. One of the guys who's a coach at the school played at Pitt. I was leaving as a senior. He was coming as a freshman. I've been trying to reach this guy. So this morning I'm texting with the guy who's organizing the entire trip, meaning the entire suite. He's an emergency room doctor down there. Played at Pitt. I was a senior leaving. He was a freshman.
You're going to see an emergency room doctor who's going to make sure everybody's okay. Keep going.
Browner, this brother's name is Namdi. Okay.
Asamoah?
No, not Namdi Asamoah, but that's what I always think. Yeah. But anyway, this dude.
That was a good pull by me.
Very good pull.
Fantastic.
So I say to this guy, Namdi, today, I say, hey, Namdi, because I'm texting him about the game. I go, hey, Namdi, do you know Curtis, and do you possibly have his number? Here's what Namdi says to me. He was my roommate at Pitt. I'm picking him up at the airport in 30 minutes.
Bang.
What's the deal? I tell him my son's being recruited by the school that Curtis is a coach at. He says, as soon as I get him in the car, we'll call you. These two guys were roommates at Pitt. Now they're there for the Peach Bowl. I'm on the phone with the coach where my kid is talking about possibly going to school. Now, if he leaves on January 7th, Browner, if he leaves on January 7th and I leave and go to the Peach Bowl tomorrow and I come back on the 30th and then I leave on the 2nd to go to Mammoth and I come back on the 7th, dude, I may miss my kid. But not only that, my daughter, my daughter is leaving to go to Boise State. She's leaving on January 3rd or 4th, and I'm going to be gone with my other two kids. So, if I leave for these 3 days to go see my college buddies, when I get back, now I don't really have any time with my two older ones who are about to both leave to go to school. So these are the things that, as a real person in real life, these are the things that are weighing on me.
Let me put some on your plate.
Go ahead.
You go. You have a talk with this coach. Your son now has somebody who he can count and rely on that his father has a personal relationship with. So now when he does get into this school, his confidence is higher. Because now, kickers, they get in their own head. They start shanking things left and right. You got experience from this, kicking off the dirt. He now becomes a successful kicker. You know why? Because he went to a school where he had a relationship with the coach. And now, you know what? Free agent kicker. Los Angeles Chargers.
Got to be honest with you, dude. And this is a completely, because I don't really care if you go to Atlanta or not. I'm not trying to convince you either way.
I know Browner really is invested in
I'm going to tell you this, though. You should cancel Mammoth.
Now we talking.
But honestly, you should cancel Mammoth. You were just there.
I agree with this all the way.
Your kids take priority. Your kids don't leave on the 30th. Your kids leave on the 3rd and on the 7th. You need to be there for your kids. The other two kids, you can take them to Mammoth anytime you want.
Anytime. They ain't going nowhere.
You don't have to take that first week off January. You could take the third week off. You could take the third week off January. You could take the fourth week off January. You could take the first week. Mammoth is a mess right now. You don't want to be in Mammoth right now. It's 10
and
feet
Alex
of snow.
will take off any week at any time. He don't care.
No, I will do the show. I'm doing the show next week. All I'm saying is, honestly, you do have a lot of things to take care of, and you're not going to take care of them tomorrow or Thursday. You're not. That's just a fact. I guarantee you will not have your broadcast set up by Thursday.
Probably true.
So
I'll tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 young ones.
Yeah.
You go to
Y'all be
Mammoth
all
on the
right.
3rd week of January.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you this.
He don't
I put
like
up,
that. He don't
no,
like
I
that.
don't.
He
I
don't
don't
like
like
that
it
at
at all.
all.
I don't
Because
like
that
it.
makes
That's
the
not what
most
I wanted
sense.
to hear.
It makes the
Right.
most sense.
And he also wants to ski.
Yeah, I do. I put up a poll. I put it up on Sided. If you go to the website, Alex, you'll be able to pull it up real quick. I put it up. Here's how I wrote it. Can I get some advice, please? I'm scheduled to go to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl, but given Omicron, should I still go? I'm literally asking you, great friends, go to sided.co. That's the website. Or if you already have the app downloaded, you vote. And by the time we get off the air tonight at 6:00, I will have a decision made.
Cancel Mammoth.
I don't even think he put cancel Mammoth as an option.
Yeah.
No, he also just said because of Omicron, but Omicron has nothing to do with this.
Zero.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Okay. Well, I'd love it if everybody would give me their advice. All right, stick around.
Cancel Mammoth, bro.
Now, hold on. Now let's just squeeze all the sports stuff we want to squeeze in. Let's just squeeze it all into one juicy segment on radio and on TV and on podcast. Let's do it all of it. Next, this is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Pete Gray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090. Right now at BMW San Diego, get 0.9% APR financing up to 36 months on all in-stock 2018 and 2019 certified pre-owned BMW models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163, and BMWSanDiego.com.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
Right now at BMW San Diego, get 0.9% APR financing up to 36 months on all in-stock 2018 and 2019 certified pre-owned BMW models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163, and BMWSanDiego.com.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew Tonight's Community Connect, brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Last month, the Orange County Soccer Club hosted its second Corporate Cup, pitting local businesses against one another in a competitive round-robin soccer tournament, with the finalists playing at Championship Stadium after the Orange County SC home game on Wednesday, October 20th.
Really a great opportunity to get our whole company and our families out here together, spending time for a good cause and really enjoying it.
Co-ed teams from a variety of industries showed up at the Great Park Fields in Irvine to participate in the charity tournament, with the proceeds going to the OCSC Community Foundation to help further its mission to use soccer as a vehicle to promote health and wellness, support and empower youth, foster an inclusive environment, and unify the local community.
We feel great about giving back to our community. Experian is a company that tries to give back in many ways, and just being able to support this cause is awesome. Anything that we can do to kind of support Orange County, we're all about it.
It was a fun day out on the field with 16 teams battling it out for bragging rights to see who moved on to the finals.
They've been taking it pretty seriously so far. A lot of them have been practicing in the weeks leading up. They've got their own custom jerseys, and you can tell they're having a great time just getting out of the office on a Friday on a beautiful day here at the Orange County Great Park.
The team members were extremely excited and passionate. We got more than expected entries, and we had to tell people then just show up and cheer the team.
Participating companies were also treated to meet and greets and private coaching sessions with OCSC players and coaches.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's Community Connect is fueled by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
We're here every day, 24/7, giving you only the finest handcrafted sports talk programming you're going to find anywhere. And we never stop. Fanatic is such a mean word. We prefer committed. This is the Mightier 1090 AM.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football won the Frisco Bowl on Tuesday night. The Aztecs took down UTSA 38-24 to earn their 12th win of the season, the first time in program history that SDSU has 12 wins in a season. Quarterback Lucas Johnson had a career-best 333 passing yards and 3 touchdowns while also rushing for a touchdown. Kicker-punter Matt Araiza had a 33-yard field goal and finished the season with an NCAA record 51.19 yards per punt. Araiza beat the record set by Texas A&M punter Braden Mann in 2018. SDSU trailed in the first quarter before taking the lead heading into the half. Then in the third quarter, they continued to hold off UTSA to get the bowl win. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Hey, great friends, we welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios. For those of you that are listening on radio, happy to have everybody along here on 1090. For those of you that are watching on podcast, get involved on YouTube with our YouTube chat. Down below, you can get all of our sponsors' links if you need to get to any of those guys. Hit them. And also, by the way, everybody on YouTube, thanks for buying the Kaplan and Crew hoodies. Browner, you know, we're in the early days and we're kind of grassrootsing this thing, but pretty good system we got going all of a sudden here, delivering these hoodies. And I love when people put them up on social media. They're like, yo, got it, rocking it. So far, so good, Brown.
Listen, man, shout out to the plug, meeting him to hand him off personally. You know who he is.
Okay. All right. So again, if you're looking for these hoodies, I got to tell you, man, I'm like wearing them every day. They're so comfortable. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, and they're there. And they're $40 and they're like $10 for shipping. And I know that probably sounds a little expensive, you know, but we set the price based on, you know, donations. And Alex had this idea of $40 hoodies, et cetera. So
a small piece of advice,
yeah,
for anyone who purchases a hoodie. Okay, Browner Consumer Reports issues this warning: if you wash it, don't put it in the dryer. But you should know that because it's a sweater.
Oh, really? Alex,
Yes.
have you had that issue thus far?
Oh, I don't wash my clothes, so I don't know.
As in, your clothes don't get washed, or you actually don't physically do the washing?
The hoodies very rarely get washed because they don't get worn often. I have so
Got
many.
so many of them.
Yeah. I would probably say each hoodie I own, if it's been bought within the last 6 months, has been washed maybe once,
Wow.
maybe twice.
Wow.
T-shirts get washed often, underwear every day, but no, hoodies are not. I don't have that issue.
Okay.
That Kaplan and Crew hoodie probably won't be washed until mid 2022.
Got it. All right. So take Alex's advice. Don't wash
I'll
it.
let you know back then.
Or take Browner's advice and don't dry it.
Just don't dry it. You'll be fine. Don't dry it. It'll be like new.
All right. All right. Here we go. I said we were going to take a lot of sports and we're going to kind of put it into one giant blender here. So here we go. Alex, you hit the slides. We're going to talk about them. Here we go. Slide 1. Today is Tuesday, but I wasn't here yesterday for very much of the show.
What's slide 1?
That's the Chargers getting shocked by the Texans, 41-29.
Go back over this.
Really?
Ding! What's next?
Yeah, because Browner doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah. What I love is, and I said this yesterday, I barely watched the game. I just saw out of the corner of my eye in red zone how the Texans were beating up on the Chargers. I love when the Charger trolls are at their best. You know, the Chargers win a game, the Charger trolls want to come after me. They want to come after me. They want to dig up dirt on my past, like as if it matters today. You know, just all personal, like I want you fired. I want you excommunicated from radio airwaves, from podcasts. I never want you on television again because you gave up on the Chargers. And yet those trolls go away, man. They get real quiet when you start throwing facts at them. Alex, yesterday I thought it was great. You talked about how many of the Texan players were out of the game. Don't make excuses, Chargers. Lots of Texans players out of the game. And I don't know, man.
To me,
Chargers
that
just Spanos all over themselves yet again.
When you bounced yesterday, me and Browner surprisingly agreed that the reason they lost was because Brandon Staley simply got outcoached by a bad coach. And then if you look at, he was the most hyped thing, right? Everybody loved him. And people were calling him, he's my favorite coach in the NFL. This is the way that the NFL coaches should coach. Have you seen the Chargers defense, his specialty? It's awful. And that's what we kind of focused on yesterday, Scott, because they've just been bad, man. Really bad.
Well, so here. Go ahead, take us through this this downtrend, this downturn. By the way, Brandon Staley, he's cute when he's winning. He's young guy, he's cute. But when he's losing, he kind of looks like a pouty little brat, doesn't he?
Well,
come on, man, leave my coach alone, dog.
I'll say I have no problem with Brandon Staley. Like he seems like a fine dude. Like he doesn't annoy me at all. I just think it's the hype machine behind the Chargers every time that they win a game is just ridiculous. And he's part of it, man. I think people jumped on his wagon super fast. And if you look at the ranks from 2022 or from 2020 to 2021, yards per game from 10th to 21st.
You're saying that the Chargers the
they
year
have allowed
before,
right?
yeah, but the year before when Brandon Staley wasn't the coach, the Chargers were 10th. This year they're 21st in yards
Correct.
per game.
Pass yards, they are ninth. They were 9th last year, 11th this year, so similar. The rush has been bad from 18th to 29th, and this one blew my freaking mind, Scott. They've allowed they are 31st in points per game. That means only the Jets are worse than them in points allowed per game.
Wow. They're 31st in points allowed per game.
Yeah.
Listen,
and I double checked that because Browner didn't believe me.
Yeah.
No, I'm right. That they are 31st in the league in points per game, which means only the Jets are worse.
Wow. Well, I will say to Charger fans and Charger trolls, the numbers tell us what we need to know. They ain't going to no Super Bowl this year. They ain't winning no Super Bowl this year. Okay. And as they fall apart and the Rams rebuild themselves and rebuild their national profile, for everybody that wants to be in this fight for LA because you have nothing better going on in your life and you think this is important, there ain't no fight right now. You know?
The level of hate that is directed at my second squad is just kind of crazy right now. We went down, we lost. Our coach got his clock cleaned. But you know what? Everybody get one. Everybody get one, dog. Everybody get one. I explained the theory.
Give us Staley after the game. Let's hear what he said. Now, again, today's Tuesday. This was Sunday, but I'm just getting a little bite at the apple here. Go ahead.
I just didn't coach well enough today. I didn't coach well enough. Didn't put our guys in good enough positions to be consistent in the game, and that's why we lost.
That guy's an NFL coach. Are you sure that's not a guy who's a gamer, like after some sort of video game?
Oh man, why you got listen?
Why you got to bank on him like that, dog? Come on now.
Look at he looks he's so young, dude. Look how he looks like. Honestly, he really does. And I'm just joking around, but look at how he does look like he's 22, 23 years old. Doesn't
he?
He's
from the Sean McVay coaching tree, which is
and you love you some Sean McVay, don't you?
Much more successful in the Bill Belichick coaching tree. You got Taylor with Cincinnati, they're leading their division. You got LaFleur with the Packers, they won their division. You got Staley trailing, but he's not too bad. So that coaching tree looked mighty nice.
All right. Well, again, in an effort to kind of squeeze in a whole lot of sports in a short period of time, Chargers, obviously something we could keep going on and on about, but let's keep going, Alex. Let's turn it over to the Rams side of things. The Rams have won 4 straight games. The Rams have gone from a few weeks ago when they lost 3 straight and they fell from 7-1 to 7-4. Many people, me included, started to think, you know what? I don't like what's going on here. They brought in Von Miller, haven't seen much yet. They brought in OBJ, didn't really think that he was a necessary piece. Wait, they lose Robert Woods, now they need OBJ. All of his production is coming in like short, little, tiny red zone passes, but he is catching and scoring. Even though I would love to see him try and catch the ball with 2 hands because I think he thinks he can catch everything with 1 hand. He practices too much catching with 1 hand. He should practice with 2 hands. Take it from an old guy. Anyway, all of a sudden, though, Von Miller, Odell Beckham, Matt Stafford, who, by the way, throws a lot of picks, a lot of Phillip Rivers. I mean, I watch Matt Stafford closer now than I did when he was in Detroit. Throws a lot of picks. He got a lot of that Brett Favre recklessness to him because of always playing on bad teams and always feeling like he has to do everything on his own. He got a lot of that in him. But all of a sudden, here's my point. From 3 straight losses to 4 straight wins, the Rams, I think they're back alive, at least in the conversation of could they be a Super Bowl team? I think the Rams are in that conversation.
No.
No.
I'm talking myself into it.
Yeah, it was weird because you weren't here, and all of a sudden, me and Browner started agreeing on things. But yeah, that was them being a Super Bowl contender. No.
All right. So how do you see it though? You see the Packers, but the Packers keep playing these close games against teams that, you know, I think they should be beating handily, and they keep playing these really close games. Baltimore, Cleveland. So Dallas, do you buy Dallas? I mean,
No.
Tampa Bay is where my money would go just because of Tom Brady. I mean, I would, but,
And then they got another guy injured. You got Shaq Barrett now. He's out for the year. So they lost their best linebacker. They lost one of their best receivers. Antonio Brown's a if at every week he's an if. So Leonard Fournette, I think he's got a hamstring or a quad. Like this is
They
the
lost both
injury.
receivers. Evans went on the COVID list yesterday.
So they got injuries.
All right,
They got
so why are
injuries.
the Rams? Why are the Rams not back in the conversation? That if Tampa Bay's got all these issues,
Mhm.
and Green Bay keeps playing these close games, and none of us are huge Dak believers, why then? And Arizona's falling apart. Why would the Rams not be at least in the conversation?
Matt Stafford.
That's it. That's it.
And if the Vikings were any sort of competent on offense, they would have lost that game
by a lot.
But they
By
are
a
just
lot.
so incompetent on the offensive side of the ball right now, and honestly, the defensive side too. But I mean, you can run against the Rams pretty much anytime you want. It's just the Vikings didn't realize that. I think that I don't trust Matt Stafford. I'll never trust Matt Stafford. All the questions I had about Matt Stafford being on a good team, they've already been answered. He is still Matt Stafford. There's a Lions jersey under that Rams jersey.
Yeah. What the Los Angeles viewing area got to see was what we've seen in our division his entire career. He throws the ball away. And it's not because he's trying to make some big desperate play or he's under some type of he just makes dumb throws. And you're going to find yourself in a very important game, and he's going to do what he did on Sunday against a really good team with a smart head coach, and they're going to get smoked.
And
Yeah,
in the NFL,
maybe, but I just go ahead. I want to hear in the NFL. Go ahead.
You gotta show me before I believe in you. Tom
I
Brady's
understand
shown
that.
me.
I
Aaron
got
Rodgers gets the NFC Championship game and loses every year. I think. Listen, Matt Stafford and this new Rams look, whoever they are, whoever their running back's going to be from week to week, they just got to show it to me. And right now, I'm not. And for the eye test, that's what the eye test. I'm not buying it.
I'm not saying the Rams are great. What I am saying is,
I don't know that
the
we're back.
Well, hold on. Here's what I mean, though. I don't know that the Packers are really that great. You guys bring up all these points about Tampa Bay and their injuries. I've never been a believer in Dak Prescott, so just like you're saying, show me before I believe it. So if I don't really know that the Packers are that great, and the Bucks are all banged up, and the Cowboys aren't a team that I really believe in, and the Cardinals have fallen apart, right? So
Jimmy
then,
Garoppolo's out with the thumb injury,
right?
And whoever finishes in the 7th seed is awful, anyways.
So why then? Here's how I would rank it right now in the NFC: Packers 1, Rams 2, Bucks 3, Cowboys 4, Cardinals 5, Niners 6. So if I think that, if that's the way I think, then the Rams are in the 2 seed.
Actually, don't agree with you guys with the Bucks at all, because
where are you going with that?
Who made the big plays in the Super Bowl and the playoffs last year for the Bucks? Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski.
And Leonard
Who's
Fournette.
healthy? Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski. Who's coming back for the playoffs? Leonard Fournette.
Okay. All right. So how would you rank the NFC?
Packers, but they won't get to the Super Bowl. Bucks, but I'm starting to lean that they will get back to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Rams by default, because everybody else below them I don't trust.
Okay, so
I don't trust the Rams as equally as I don't trust the Cowboys. Like if they played in the playoffs, if they squared off in the playoffs, coin flip.
Browner, your NFC rankings based on a completely impromptu conversation.
It's Packers. It's for me. It's Packers. It's probably Tampa Bay. Then it's the Cardinals. Then it's the Rams. Then it's the Cowboys, and then it's a team that's under 500 that you have to play because that's the way the playoffs are structured. But I think the team that's actually going to make it to the Super Bowl, and I throw up in my mouth just simply thinking this, is the Cowboys. Because they've got the healthiest team, they've got the best defense left, and at the end of the day, they can always run the ball. They just don't want to because they gave this clown $40 million. They've got the best skill position as a whole. Obviously, Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver. Cooper Kupp is after that, according to you. You know, great white hype.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but as a whole,
according to us,
according to YouTube. As a whole, the Cowboys have the best skill position players in the NFC, and they have the best defense left. So, I hate to say it.
Hope that happens. I hope Jerry brings the Cowboys to SoFi for the Super Bowl. Oh my God, would that be great?
Oh boy,
that would be amazing. Alex, I don't have a clock going, so tell me how much time we've got in this segment, if you don't mind.
I can't do math, but I think 6.5.
Okay, great. Before we keep going, because we started with the Chargers, we went on to the Rams. We've been talking a lot of the NFC side of things. Let me just tell everybody really quick. Yesterday, I went to iThrive MD. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I'm not going to give you. I'm going to play it for you. I actually shot video yesterday. Here, play it, Alex, if you don't mind. So, Dr. Maxey, what do we do here? Tell everybody what we've accomplished.
Today in the office, we have given you an IV. So this is our nutritional IV medium bag. It's loaded up with B vitamins, amino acids, electrolytes, vitamin C, zinc, and selenium. It helps support your immune system. So a bunch of fuel for your body, all the detox processes, energy production, recovery, pain, things like that. We're going to get you some NAD in the office too. It's our main anti-aging nutritional molecule. It energizes every cell in your body. We're going to get your hormones balanced out today too after we check your blood work. So it's kind of the complete package.
I probably need my hormones balanced out.
Probably. You know? We'll see what happens, but that's why we do complete blood testing. We look at all of your hormones, how they play off of each other, and how that affects your whole system, metabolism, and immune function as well.
This is why I'm coming. All right, there you go. We're going to do these IV lounges in the new year with iThrive MD, and we're all going to get as healthy as we possibly can. I know that looks pretty bougie, right? It does. I would never do it if it wasn't for the fact that they offer this service and that they are sponsors who they don't just do testosterone. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497, iThrive MD, and you can go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, click on the iThrive logo, and you'll be directed there. What'd you think about that, Grande? Did that gross you out at all?
Why would it gross me out?
I don't know. You ever do that? You ever been to Vegas and like been on a drinking bender and then people bring in IVs for you? Have you ever done that before?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
that's all good with me.
Yeah, so that's like that, only even more juiced up with like real doctors behind it.
Yeah, that actually looks trustworthy as opposed to some of the things that I've done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going. So let me get to the next story, and this is something I actually would like to dig into a little bit later on. Last night was Monday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins, you got to give these guys a lot of credit. They have gone from a horrible team, and they've run off 7 straight wins. Do you realize that the New Orleans Saints
are terrible?
Yes, this is true. But Alex just put this up on the screen. The 7-game losing streak, the 7-game winning streak for the Miami Dolphins. And on this, Alex, maybe you could just take us through it real quick. Yeah, go ahead. Just give us a little bit on this because I really want to get over to the Saints side.
Yeah, so they beat bad teams and lost to good teams. The 7-game win streak: Texans, Ravens, Jets, Panthers, Giants, Jets, Saints. Their losing streak: Bills, Raiders, Colts, Bucks, somehow the Jaguars, Falcons, and Bills again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Miami wins last night. But to me, I like the story on the New Orleans side. We're so desperate for a quarterback. We'll call Drew Brees and ask Drew to come out of retirement. Drew is in Hawaii playing golf in flip-flops. Drew, you want to come play quarterback? I don't know. I mean, do I really? I was watching the game last night thinking, what if Brees would have come back and played? And what if Brees would have been in the same position? What was the kid's name that played quarterback for them last night?
In Book.
Yeah. What if Brees was scrambling for his life and taking shots?
Yeah.
And he's like, what am I doing? I was in Hawaii. I was having a great time with my family. I got plenty of money. Why did I do this? Now, on the other hand, if he comes back and he has this storybook amazing game, Monday Night Football, off the beach from Hawaii, time with his family, from the broadcast booth right onto the field, and he wins the game. Now, that's an incredible story. But I think Brees made the right decision.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his new hair is built to put on a helmet. Might have maybe no pressure allowed on that hair right now. But no, there's no reason for him to come back. Plus, at this stage of the game, I think the Saints screwed this whole thing up because it wasn't just Drew Brees. They also called Phillip Rivers, which I said 3 months ago, do it then because you don't, as soon as Jameis Winston got hurt, why? If you're Phillip Rivers, what am I going to come in and look like an amateur for? No, you call me 3 months ago, give me some time to adapt to your system, then I would do it. But no, like if I'm Brees, if I'm Rivers, like no. If you really wanted me, you would have called me the moment Jameis got hurt.
Yeah, it's just pure desperation now. And by the way, I'm putting myself into major harm's way. I'm 38 years old, or Brees is 42 years old. I think Rivers is 40. And you're like, I haven't played all year. We're not battling for a playoff spot. You didn't write me a check for $10 million. Nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, dude, no chance. And then Ian Book was getting laid out. Like, I don't think they had an offensive line yesterday. And Miami just destroyed him. So no. But just because we only have 90 seconds here, if I am another team, I'm also making a call to Phillip Rivers after the news of today. Because Carson Wentz tested positive for COVID and he's out for 10 days.
Now this is interesting. If you're Rivers going to the Saints non-starter, given the circumstances, going back to the Colts where I know the offense, I'm
To
in
play the
shape.
Raiders?
Right. I've been talking to the coach the whole time. He's been keeping me up to speed with what's going on. Me and Frank Riker boys. I get a chance to come play the Raiders when the Raiders are possibly playing for a playoff spot, and the Colts are certainly playing for their playoff lives. I mean, positioning and so on. Oh my God. Could Phillip Rivers come back and play for the Colts this week against the Raiders?
That'd be a great story. I mean,
Look at Browner. Look at the face. What
you wanna
is going on in that mind?
Brent Browner, hold on to this answer because we have 30 seconds. Would you rather play, if you're the Colts, and basically like a must-win to keep your spot, would you rather have Sam Ehlinger or Phillip Rivers start for you this Sunday?
And today is Tuesday. And this decision is going to have to be made because the Carson Wentz COVID news, and he's unvaccinated, gone for 10 days. That Carson Wentz news came out earlier today.
All right, let's go.
All right. Stick around, everybody. We're in the
Answer
7
that
Mile
question.
Casino Studios. Yes, think about that. We'll have an answer coming right back. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
We don't ask a lot from you. Just 16 measly hours a day. That's it. Buy some earbuds. Listen at work, in meetings, on the way home, talking to the wife, or helping the kids with homework. They'll admire your stick-to-itiveness. This is the mightier 1090 AM. Right now at BMW San Diego, get 0.9% APR financing up to 36 months on all in-stock 2018 and 2019 certified pre-owned BMW models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163, and BMWSanDiego.com.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Right now at BMW San Diego, get 0.9% APR financing up to 36 months on all in-stock 2018 and 2019 certified pre-owned BMW models. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163, and BMWSanDiego.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football won the Frisco Bowl on Tuesday night. The Aztecs took down UTSA 38-24 to earn their 12th win of the season, the first time in program history that SDSU has 12 wins in a season. Quarterback Lucas Johnson had a career-best 333 passing yards and 3 touchdowns while also rushing for a touchdown. Kicker-punter Matt Araiza had a 33-yard field goal and finished the season with an NCAA record 51.19 yards per punt. Araiza beat the record set by Texas A&M punter Braden Mann in 2018. SDSU trailed in the first quarter before taking the lead heading into the half. Then in the third quarter, they continued to hold off UTSA to get the bowl win. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Got an opinion? Scott Kaplan says test it on cited.co. Yes, .co. SoCal Sports Talk. The all new and mightier 1090.
Thank you for joining us making the trip to San Diego's first Mazda Retail Evolution facility. It takes years and years to put all this together and to make Team Mazda a reality. Unbelievable team here.
Thank you to John and Corinne for the opportunity. It's a privilege and an honor to say that this is the store I get to be the general manager of.
I do want to speak to what I have in my hand here. It is a big, heavy plaque representing the grand opening. So I want to present this to John, say thank you again.
We're very proud of the work that you're doing here. I commend you on your future prosperity. At this point, I want to invite you all outside to hear a drum demonstration.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew Tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrak, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years. And he started this business out of a studio apartment. And look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for Prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance. You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. best. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.